Alright, so we just got our permits for Uluru and the Great Central Road because we have at the last minute decided to ditch our original plans of going back through Flinders Ranges to Cameron's Corner, and we're now going to cross into WA. Because why not? So we're on our way out now to Palm Valley, and then we'll make our way the back way through to Uluru via Kings Canyon. It's a bit of a stuff around to figure out how to get the actual permits, but to get the permit was quite simple. We had to get 2, but there's 3 that you might be able to get. Maybe possibly. The first one was online, which is you need to get to cross from Uluru to the WA border. That was simple. It took 2 seconds. And then there was the one that we got this morning. We actually had to go to the council and get it, and it was like a 20-minute process. Yeah. She gave it to us on the spot, even though it said online that no permits were available for this time of year. She said she didn't know why it said that. So we just went there, got our permit, and then there's a new section that's now been handed over to Aboriginal land, and if you're spending any time in that reserve, you need a 3rd permit, which is over near Lavington, but they'll close. But from our understanding, what we've read, that we don't actually need it because we're going to none of the reserves. The Cosmo Newberry permit. So yeah, if you're staying in the area, you need it, but to our understanding, you don't need it if you're not. So we're just running the risk. Yeah. If that's what we think. But yeah, probably took about an hour in total to get all our permits. But now we're on our way. Finally. I'll just drop the tyres down to 15 PSI. So we just got onto the main entry track to Palm Valley, which is 22 Ks of corrugations. So we're going to travel along this. Hopefully it doesn't take us too long. We just had 2 cars go past us and turn around, but they were tourist cars, so I don't think they really know what to do with corrugations. But yeah, I dropped them pretty low because it is infamous that around here gets pretty soft. So I went to 15 instead of 20 just to cover our asses when it does get a little bit boggy. Look at Sarah's face when I say that. I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's a whole herd of wild brumbies over there. That's very nice to see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, or 4 in all. So you stay between the marks. We're literally driving on rocks. It's like deep water just there. We're just straddling rocks. That was cool. So we're starting to come down to the end of Palm Valley now. So you got to drive past the campsites down the end to actually get to. I'm pretty sure there's a swimming hole down here, which I know Sarah likes the sound of, and so do I, because it is currently 35 degrees.
It feels hotter.
Feels very hot. It's going like out of the riverbanks now and a bit more drier, barren, red dirt tracks going through the valley. Unreal rock walls. Almost at the end. It's come to a body of water which I'm going to walk and check out, but like this place is absolutely stunning. These massive red rock gorges. You can imagine this place when the sun's setting, how much all this would just light up. But this is absolutely stunning. Absolutely loving this drive so far too. A couple of water crossings, a bit of rock crawling as coming through there after the campsites. Yeah, this is the body of water that I'm just going to have a depth check on. All the water around here is pretty clear. I can actually see the bottom of that. It's not so much the water depth I'm worried about, but the actual how sandy or rocky it is. But that looks all right to me. You can actually see the bottom even on camera. And someone else has actually already been through there, so that's always a good sign. That makes Sarah happy to hear. Very end of the Palm Valley track just comes to this little hut which you have 2 walks to do. You can do the Arnikia walk, which is a 1 hour 2 kilometer loop, or I won't even go try to say that, Palinga track, which is 2 hours 5k loop. We're just going to go walk over to these palm trees and see if there is somewhere for us to swim and just explore a little bit in this area, because it is like 36 degrees, so we don't want to venture too far away. So we'll go over there and check this out. It is so nice.
Oh, gross. I can't deal with it.
This is friggin' good. Especially clean. I feel a million times better after going for a swim down in there. Gonna walk back to the car, which is only a couple hundred meters away, and start making our way up the boggy hole track towards Kings Canyon to see how far we get. Hopefully we get to Kings Canyon today. Depends how many more times we stop, so I wouldn't mind going for another swim. Now, if there's one thing I can't recommend people buying, is a travel oven, because we're in the middle of nowhere and we got pizza and it's hot. Ah, pizza, baby. This track you'll love, because I think we've done about six.
Yeah, 6 or 7, 8.
6, 7, 8 water crossings. That's the previous one's probably the longest one. There's a couple other little ones, but they're still heaps of fun.
Some small ones and then longer ones.
Yeah, but, you know, still get a bit of splash going. So much fun. Love a good water crossing. This track is, even though it's pretty rocky, it's actually pretty smooth. I couldn't imagine this in the winter months though. Well, I was going to do the Boggy Hole track, which everyone knows is a pretty infamous track, but we literally just got on the track and there's a massive washout. This side drops off past my waist, so it's pretty bad. Sarah's not very keen on me going in there. We did just see a brown snake shoot off as well. But yeah, it's on like a massive angle. I want to do it, but she definitely does not want me to do it. I might even see if there's another way around, but I've been wanting to do this track for years, so it sucks that this washout may stop me, because the plan was to go up this all the way and then cut across to Kings Canyon. I honestly think I could get across. Might be a little bit hairy coming down this side here. The bank might drop away and wash out, but I do think I'll be able to do it. But she's not looking impressed in the car. Just had a very scary experience happen. I was trying to pump the tires up with the air compressor, and you can see there the line overheated and actually melted, and that line's fully insulated, everything. That's actually the one that ARB provide. I opened up the canopy. I was down the front here pumping the tires up, and I actually noticed smoke coming out from over here, and I actually heard the compressor start making a weird noise, and I was a bit concerned, but smoke was coming down there. Me and Sarah both looked at each other and both kind of sprung into action when we realized what was going on, because we keep a fire extinguisher in both rear passenger doors and a blanket, and we both ran for the fire extinguishers. I opened all this up and one of our fans was on fire, which I just threw out of the canopy, and then there's just smoke coming out from there. But everything's all good now. But yeah, do never forget your fire extinguishers, no matter what. Oh, I cut myself too. Whoops. We just drove into Hemmensburg, which I think was the closest community, town, whatever you want to call them, community. And luckily enough, there was an air hose at the servo, very shitty, leaking air, but look, it worked. Got the tyres pumped up eventually. A little bit on edge around here, to be honest.
I was on guard.
Yeah, had a random dog come up to us, got yelled at by one person, but the airs are pumped up, the tyres are pumped up. We're going to start making our way to Uluru now. Don't really know what we're going to do for camping, but we'll just figure it out along the way.
Yeah.
Because the boggy hole was a no-go. Yeah, what an experience. That wasn't fun. But let's start going. So we've decided to just keep on driving all the way through. We've got our dinner here.
Chicken salt.
Some sweet chili tenders done in the camp oven. We're driving all the way through to Curtin Springs, but the road's just been atrocious compared to last year because of the rain. So we're doing like 20 k's, 30 k's for over an hour.
Oh, it was like 2 hours.
Yeah, the corrugations were cooked, but it's a bit better now. They've had the graders out on this back section, but probably about still another hour from Kings Canyon. Yeah, there. So we're there. So that's King Canyon there. So we're still a fair track, but
Oh, ow.
ow, that was cool. That was an owl chasing something. Mad. Yeah, so the road's a lot better. Like we're doing, like I can do up to 70 k's now, but I'm just being cautious because we've seen a lot of wildlife out. We saw 2 dingoes, brumbies. It's all happening tonight, so we're just putting along, taking our time, but we'll get there. Just drove all morning after staying in the car at Kings Canyon. They actually didn't have an air pump, but there was a guy there in the morning, a Sparky, who had one, thankfully. Just a little handheld one. We pumped up to 30 psi, just have to get us going. But we are finally at the Lancaster Highway to Ayers Rock, so we're probably only about an hour and a half away now. It's good to be on the road. So we decided to book a cabin, and it is already so nice and cool because the aircon, nice big bed, car's just out there. There's a bunk bed for when Sarah kicks me out.
Shower and toilet separate.
Oh, cool. Own shower, own toilet, so Sarah doesn't smell my poo. Awesome. Fridge. Some stuff in the fridge. Lovely. Cost us $260, but it was going to be $210, but we paid extra to have our own shower, our own bathroom, instead of having to walk around and find the amenities. We stayed at the campgrounds last time. It was $200 for a room, so we're happy to pay the extra $60 to have all our own stuff and just be in our own room. And there was a $150 walk-in fee, which you get refunded, which I never understand why they do that. I never understand. But yeah, so all up it was 400 and something bucks. We get $150 back. Yeah, we're finally here.